Hello guys, I'm showing you Palazzo, a very quick walkthrough. I already have an extensive walkthrough of Venetian, which is its sister resort. It's really next to each other. They're really next to each other and they're part of the same company. See, this is Palazzo and this is Venetian. I mean, this is only one end of Venetian. I'll show it to you better later on. They're redoing the facade. And of course, that's the strip, which is at its worst, you know, packed with cars. It can be a lot better. I mean, the first week I was here, it was better. Now I don't know, something happens. There's events, the wrong time. It's just not moving. Okay. It's so hot. It's in the middle of the summer. It's very hard to enjoy anything outside. It's really very hard. So I wasn't planning of showing you Palazzo this time, but I'm going to because I'm just too hot and I need an excuse to go in. So this is the main entrance. They have a really nice sidewalk section here at Palazzo. Look at the traffic. Just awful. Okay, I'll show you the main entrance first. See Palazzo there and the actual Palazzo company. This is the quite popular Lavo restaurant and casino club, but I actually wanted to show you the sidewalk. Palazzo has one of the most beautiful sidewalks with regards to resorts, Vegas resorts, of course with the exception of Palazzo and potentially Wynn, potentially. But look at how beautiful it is, right? Just for a little sidewalk. This is not, and it's nice. And then of course you've got the nice restaurant area at Lavo that will be bustling in the evening, and the main entrance, which is nothing outstanding. It's not, you know, I think Mirage has got a more outstanding entrance, but you know, Palazzo and Venetian are following a different theme, so you're limited with the constraints of the theme, though as you must have seen from our other video of Venetian, it's quite a visual feast. It's so hot that you've got these cooling areas, well active. They're in many places, but I hadn't seen them quite so often outside, just outside the entrance, and I'm gonna go right underneath. And I have to tell you, it works. It's the first time in which actually I feel a very significant difference. Now I don't want to leave. Okay, here we go. What I like, it reminds me a little bit of Wynn. Of course, Wynn has different colors, and we do have a walkthrough of Wynn on our channel. But if you cannot find it, just write to us on the comment section of the website, top-cafe.com, and I'll just send you a link to it. Well, it's so fresh here. It's so cool. I remember, you know, it's Venetian, which is its sister or brother resort, is a lot more grandiose. I think it's bigger, first of all, and they have a big casino as well. But Palazzo, it's supposedly, I don't even know if I can say that higher end suites perhaps are at Palazzo. I'll keep on showing you, just a second. That's a peekaboo of Lavo. Isn't this lovely? It a little bit reminds me of the nightclub inside Venetian, actually, Tao. Very nice, very nice. Absolutely nice. Okay, let's just show you some other areas. I mean, if you want to book Palazzo or Venetian, I've stayed at both, and there is not a massive difference between the two in terms of the quality of the rooms. They're all good. They're big. Venetians are all mini suites anyway. And that's why, you know, you got to bear that in mind. They're mini suites. So when you look at the price, you cannot really compare it to resorts that have rooms, you know. So bear that in mind. Concierge desk. Nice little entrance. Small waterfalls with, I wish it was ice. And some real plants. Yes, I think they are real. These days, you can't tell the difference sometimes. The check-in area of Palazzo, which is separate from Venetian. Palazzo is tendentially quieter, so bear that in mind, okay? In terms of even just when you come in, it's not by the casino, so for that reason it's tendentially quieter. The way to the suites is further on. I'll see they have obviously a smaller casino. I mean, I feel like gambling today. And this is the little conundrum that you might face yourself. So I'll share mine with you whilst I show you the stores here. Like I want to play and I want to gamble, and I wouldn't mind gambling here. It's so airy and it's so clean and it's so fresh and it's reasonable and it's civilized, right? At least, well, you know, generally speaking. But I don't know if I should. I don't know if I should. You know why? Because Caesar's Palace comped me usually for 5 nights in a row. And I like to be comped 5 nights in a row rather than having to change hotels every 2 nights. I find that if I have to change hotels every 2 nights, I just don't get into a groove. And if I am allowed to stay longer, then I get into a nice groove, a nice rhythm. Everything starts going really well, and I'm feeling healthier and happier. And I don't know, do you have this experience? So for that reason, I am so tempted, because you see, wherever you gamble, you're going to be receiving comps, okay? So what happens is that if you actually gamble, say here, and spend a lot of money, then you're going to be comped here, which is fantastic. Fantastic place to be comped. And if you don't know what that means, it means receiving a complimentary offer for free. Most resorts add a resort fee on top, and I talk about that on top-buffet.com because things are changing all the time about that. Now, and I'd love to be comped here, and I have been comped here, but in the past, not recently, because I haven't played here recently. At the same time, Caesar's Palace, they comped me for 5 nights in a row, and as I said to you, I like that a lot more. But these are better, these are higher end, I would say higher end accommodation, but generally speaking, I'm talking about level entry, because you can find breathtaking suites at Caesar's Palace and very nice spacious rooms at Caesar's Palace. I love it. But of course here it's generally all great. There is not one small little room that you may be given or allocated, okay? An overall view of this beautiful casino. That's different, right? I mean, it's in the middle. I don't actually know what it is. I like it a lot, but it's airy and so forth. But well, it's a palazzo, really. But the theme here is quite mild. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. I wouldn't be able to tell you where I am if I hadn't been told or if I hadn't seen the signs. But it's lovely. I'm very drawn to the juice farm there. Very drawn to it. It's so hot. And there are some really fun slots. But it's an overall smaller casino than, of course, Venetian, which is quite huge. And that's where I'm actually going now. I'm going to Venetian. I just wanted you to take a look at the overall feel of Palazzo, but you cannot judge this place by what this area looks like, okay? And what matters are the suites and the facilities, of course. I'm still not overly keen on the fact that I'm not overly keen on Canyon Ranch spas. But at least they're open until 10, which is now a one and only thing. And you know, correct me, because at any time things could change. And now this is the way to Venetian, but it smells wonderful here. And I also wanted to correct myself, because actually there are some resorts such as MGM Grand that have a 24-hour cardio section, and very few of them are open 24 hours, which is annoying because Most places all over the world have gyms open 24 hours, and they should, because here Vegas is a 24-hour city, and I like to gamble, I like to eat, and I like to exercise at the end, and I don't necessarily want to be limited by the 8 o'clock threshold, which seems to be pervading most resorts in a very annoying manner, and some of them are even 7 o'clock, just to make it that much more annoying. Nonetheless, these dressed ladies seem to be the theme of Palazzo. Now we're going on to Venetian, and of course you've got high-end stores peppered everywhere between these two resorts. Cute little classy waterfall. Yes, the plants are real, which, can you imagine the care required for these plants to stay alive and flourishing this way? Now, you see, this way to the Venetian. Can you read that? This way to Venetian. And then up there, Grand Canal Shops. And, oh, I gotta show you what's going on. Now, there's some little celebrity commotion going on there. And I will go up and see if I can show you. Do you recognize them at all? See if I can show you better. MMA player.
Retired MMA player.
Retired. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I don't know if you heard, sports celebrities and acting celebrities. So if you recognize them, you'll be happy to have noticed that they are here at Palazzo, between Palazzo and Venetian. And it happens all the time, you know, and I might sound, I don't follow sports. Yeah, guys, sorry. And let's move on. You want to move on? I'll show you again just one last time, okay? All right. And then I'm going to show you the beautiful... We have to go downstairs. We cannot go up this way. I was hoping to, but I want to show you the beautiful waterfalls that, let's say, divides the Venetian from Palazzo, and that way is the Grand Shops. I'm going to have to go through the Grand Shops quite quickly because I have a totally separate video on those, and the canals of Venetians and the restaurants in the Venetian Square. Oh, it's just absolutely beautiful. So we're going up. I'm going to go up this way and show you again the little celebrity commotion. Believe me, when it's a sometimes you just can't not get in, depending on the celebrities and how well known they are, and more importantly, how much people know about them at the time, if they know that they're here. And the beautiful waterfalls. And now we're going on to the Grand Canal Shops. And I'll be very brief because I really am seeking the way out, because I really have to rush and go back to my room. But also because I've shown you this before and I don't like to repeat myself. I like to offer something new, even if it's like marginally new, but something new all the time. This view, and then I'm going to invite you to see our other video of the inside of Venetian. This is Venetian now. Beautiful, beautiful themed resort, just as beautiful as Paris in terms of theme, but of course Venetian has the water inside. That's a special little treat. The canals, just like you would have in Venice. Can you see it? With the gondola rides. I have to add this, one thing that I like about Venetian, it's so well laid out. I could easily find my way to Las Vegas Boulevard, or rather the Strip, and for that I loved it. And as I'm leaving, I actually left, I didn't go through the canals, the beautiful Venetian imitation canals that typify the indoors of Venetian, but I'm just going to actually go straight to the Strip, and I may be able to show you some other areas as I go through. Just a sec. And lucky you, if you stay at Venetian, you're going to have Walgreens, and some of you may think, if I stay at Venetians, I don't need Walgreens. You'll be surprised. Medicines, alternative medicines. I still am grateful to Walgreens for selling the best homeopathic treatment for some horrible flu that I caught here, and it cured me in just a few hours. And I never found it anywhere else. So I guess, you know, it's a very well-stocked Walgreens. And no, I'm not getting paid for this. I'm just speaking from experience. Okay, then here you've got a nice cute little sitting area where you can eat steaks, pizza, pasta, gelato and vino. You know, simple, not grand. You can smell cookies and cream and desserts. And it's called Buddy Ristorante. And what you smelled, or rather I smelled, was the bake shop. Very busy. Venetian's very busy. Oh, it's beautiful, right? Oh, I gotta show you this cute place. Look at how beautiful it is. Lovely place. Lovely place. Smells good too. The prices are not too awful. I mean, most of us can afford it. Oh my God, Rock House, serving breakfast, lunch and dinner. I mean, there are more restaurants than you can think of in any, if you combine any of these resorts or just even one or two of the big ones. And that's why I don't review restaurants, because there's just far too many. And there's only one, there's also one more, there is always one more popping up at every 5 minutes. And I just cannot keep up, you know, and I would do a disservice to you if I reviewed them, and then I just wouldn't be fair. So I just mentioned about, you know, the top 5, 6, but even that, you know, I may miss out on one or two really grand ones that are just popped out, or they are going through a good phase. So I concentrate on buffets because they're fewer in numbers, and it's easier for me to keep up and with all the updates that you deserve, because things change all the time in Vegas. You cannot rely on a review that it's too old. So you go to the Grand Canal shops this way, which I wouldn't do because it's too hot, and this way you go back onto the Strip. So I have other videos showing you the massive lineup to the club during the weekends. It's incredible. And many other videos showing you Venetian from different perspectives. So I hope that you can find your way through, but the most recent videos are on top-buffet.com. So I've crossed that bridge where I just came from. See the Walgreens I told you about, the Venetian, the Palazzo, and then the Win and Anchor where I came from originally after the buffet. And now I'm down at the bottom, right on the Strip. On the other side, this will be the Mirage side, which I love very much. Treasure Island is right here. So this area is pretty lovely now. There's a lot going on, lots of good quality resorts here. Don't go beyond Angkor. I have a separate video showing how barren and quite uncomfortable it is at this point. Things will change, of course. We will update you on what's going on, but check that video out and decide for yourselves. So Palazzo was there, is there, Grand Canal shops, and then of course Venetian. And this way, if you keep walking, you will soon get to Mirage and then Caesars. And on the other side, after Venetian, I'll show you the front, you will have Harrah's. I'll show you. I have to tell you, walking from the time you hit Mirage, the end of Mirage, beginning of TI, Treasure Island, if you actually have to go to Win or Anchor, I would strongly suggest that you get onto this bridge and cross the inside, because it's really well marked, the path. It's very well marked. It took me no time at all, and it was easier than going between Anchor and Win, actually, for some reason. So do that. It's easier, especially when it's hot. If it's not hot, then it's a pleasure to walk along the Strip, especially now that the cars have somewhat dissipated and you don't breathe pollution every 5 seconds. And as we're entering Mirage, which is a huge resort actually in terms of property size, you have the symbol of Sigmund Freud and the tiger. And the tiger. Wow. Okay, I'll show you Venetian a little bit because I came from Venetian from the outside, but I do have a separate video. As I said before, this is a very pleasant area to walk through, actually. I cannot stop saying how awful the other side is the moment you get to Casino Royale. There's another Walgreens there, I think. but which is handy, guys, you know, for medicines, water, it's handy. This is a nice, pleasant area to walk through, I think, until you get to Treasure Island included. And then there's Fashion Show Mall, which is a little bit of zigzag, and I've shown you on a separate video, very recent video, and if it's not posted up, it'll be posted up very, very soon. So I think if I can choose when I'm in this area, I always walk along Mirage. It's a lot fresher, it's more beautiful, the water helps, the sounds help. Of course, if you want to take a look at the beautiful Venetian, you have to cross, but you can get an idea from here, though if you cross the road it's a lot nicer, and I've got a separate video on that, guys. Now, I like to show you the various characters of Vegas. There's so many different people, so many different types, so many different aspirations, and people come here and become different from when they are at home, I think, sometimes, and that's fun in itself. So yeah, come to Venetian. It's a lovely, lovely resort. It's changed. It's beautified this area of the Strip. Mirage was always stunning, but it had nothing on the other side, and now it has Venetian. So Venetian and Mirage put together, they're probably the most beautiful side of the Strip, on a par with Palazzo and Paris. See, you've got, if you're lucky enough to be staying at Mirage, you will have a wonderful walk all the way to Mirage. Can you see it? And I've already shown you many videos of that because I just love it. Unfortunately, I'm staying at Caesars, which I love, but I don't think that the outside is anywhere near as nice, unfortunately. And I tell you, in the heat of the summer, not now, but when it's like 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I think the shoes melt, almost melt. So yeah, you know, before, earlier on, you'd have lots of people walking around with umbrellas. Okay, so this is Mirage, stunning. And then I just want to give you an overview of Venetian, which I've already shown you briefly, admittedly, and Palazzo was just behind there. Venetian's got 2 big towers, a big resort actually, and it's a big casino, large casino inside, very fun casino, I like it. And Palazzo, I think they have a smoke-free section. But these days resorts have become a little better. Unfortunately, where I'm staying, it's not as good. Last night I didn't play just because it was too smoky. Now, so this is a great area to stay, guys. This area of the Strip, it's mid but towards the north, okay? But it's a lovely, lovely area to stay, really lovely. Unless, but you know, actually, even if you want to go to Bellagio, it's not that bad. You walk on this side, you just keep walking, go through along rather Caesar's Palace, and then you'll find the bridges that take you into Bellagio, and from then on you're right in the middle of the Strip. Across the road you've got Paris, and that's it really. If you want to go to Aria, then from Bellagio you will have a free, lovely fast tram that will take you to Crystals, Aria, and the new park district between Monte Carlo and New York. So it's all very easy, very easy. On the other side, of course, you've got the monorail, which connects all these resorts well until Harrah's, and then from Harrah's it goes into Westgate, and then of course nothing. What am I saying? Because Venetian, really, no, you'd have to get off at Harrah's for Venetian. But nonetheless, once you're here, it's really pleasant to walk. Do not walk unless you are a masochist. I'm gonna cross here. Do not walk over. I mean, you can do what you want, but personally, I don't like walking from, as I say, the moment you hit Casino Royale all the way through to Flamingo, it's just unpleasant. If you can, just go through the casinos. You've got a really narrow walkway on the other side, not this side, which is beautiful. Very narrow walkway, and people are fighting, and then there are those that are dressed in advertisement signs, and I saw a fight between one of them and some visitors last night, and it was just, you just cannot go through, and it blows my mind how people continue to walk that way. I guess it's because they're staying in one of these resorts and they think it's easier, but it isn't. You might as well walk here and then cross there to go into Venetian and Palazzo, or just cross the road there and just go in. I would do it. I would do it. And definitely if you go to Encore, just cross over that bridge and then proceed to win an Encore. If you're not on a bus, of course. Okay, guys, I'll leave you with this beautiful view, the best. See you on top-buffet.com. Remember to ask me questions there. Bye bye. Okay, I'll leave you with this lovely little treat, and I invite you to check us out on top-buffet.com. We have a section on the free best free attractions in Vegas, areas that you can reach quite easily, and much more. Ask us any comments or questions on Vegas for visitors on the website, and any video requests. Bye bye, see you there from Palazzo and now Venetian. Bye bye.